Hey, what's going on, guys? So I'm here with Pinkreaper, and we're going to be going over the entire set of Galactic Overlord card by card. So we're going to talk about if the card's good and kind of check out the cards, because some cards we actually haven't checked out because they're not meta. But you know, maybe we or you guys.
I will make them meta.
We'll find out ways to make them good. So first off, Noble Knight.
Starting with the best card in the entire set.
Yeah, too bad it wasn't secret rare though. Unfortunately, it only comes in super out of the packs. I wish this card was a secret rare, or just it would be way better, but realistically,
no, it would be more broken if it was a secret rare. It would get better.
But yeah, I mean, it's got relatively decent attack and defense. But if it was just 1900, it would just be maybe seeing some play.
Correct me if I'm wrong, YouTube, but I think this is the highest attack on a normal warrior type monster. So like, if you're gonna do like bunny warriors, I guess you could.
But it is light though, so that does help. Like light and dark are obviously the most popular. So
it's because they're the best.
Yeah. So I mean, this card might see some play, but I mean, his artwork is pretty cool. I do like the artwork.
The poem is better.
Yeah. But next up, we're gonna be checking out Watt-tailed Dragon, another normal monster.
This one is really only for Hieratics. It's the highest attack level 6 normal monster you can get. So
well, they can get because there is Frostosaurus, which is 26.
Wait! I never read its text. Capturing the Watt-tailed Dragon is forbidden by the ancient rules and is a level 6 offense. The minimum sentence for which is imprisonment for no less than 2,500 heliocycles.
Oh, I'm not sure what.
Why did they even add that? Konami is getting amazing with some of their like random stuff on their cards.
Yeah, Frostosaurus is 2,600 attack, but it's not a dragon. It might be like a beast.
What is it?
Dinosaur? He might be a Frostosaurus. I'm pretty sure he's a dinosaur.
Yeah, I think
he's got 2,600 attack for a normal monster. But yeah, this one's going to be the card that you're using for Heretics. Next up, Hieratic Mystical Shine Ball. I mean, basically that's what it is.
This card only sees play in Hieratic Dragons if you're playing the ones that can only special summon Hieratic normal monsters, as this is currently the only Hieratic normal monster you can go for, I believe.
Alright, next up, Overlay Owl.
That cape is just too good.
It is. I like the artwork. I like how he's got like a wand. He's like
a wand with a hand on it. Dude, yeah. It's a high five wand. He uses it to high five people.
But anyways, I don't think this card is too great. You have to pay 600 life points, which isn't that big of a cost. But you detach one XYZ material monster on the field. If it like detached and then like maybe you got to special summon that card, it'd be like okay.
No, if you got to detach and special summon, that'd be broken. But
detach and special summon that detached monster,
yeah.
it'd be. I don't know if it would be broken.
It'd be pretty broken. It's like it's going to hit your Gustav Max and get your red eyes. But
yeah, it's just got too little.
Yeah, the problem is it's 800 attack, so like there's nothing you can really use it against. You can't use it against even like Zen mains, which is always in defense anyway. Like.
Yeah, but he is a winged beast, so I mean, maybe if you want to Icarus attack him, you can.
That's gonna be it, really.
Next up, Tsuke Knight. So when this declares an attack, well, you have no cards in your hand. This card is in your graveyard. You can. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, sorry. Well, you have no cards in your hand, and this card is in your graveyard. You can special summon this card from your graveyard, then end the battle phase. And each player can use the effect of him once per duel.
The thing I don't understand is you can only use the effect once per duel. Like, you have to control no monsters. Oh no, it just declares an attack. It's not a direct attack. Okay, never mind. I take it back. That's not as bad. But still, like, you have to have no cards in your hand. Like, you have to top deck super hard next turn.
Yeah.
This card's just not that good.
Yeah, it is light, though. Maybe if you played Infernos, you can try it, but I
don't
think so.
I guess the fact that you can have other things on the field, like, if you've got... But even then, like, what would you go for at that point? Yeah.
So I'm thinking, like, Infernos would be the only thing, but then you still have to get it in your graveyard first, because then your opponent will be like, oh, he's got that card in his graveyard. That's the problem with it.
Yeah, it's just not that good.
Yeah. Next up, Gardna. So, when your opponent monster declares a direct attack, you can special summon this card from your hand. So then they have to redeclare their attack, and it's got 2,000 defense. So maybe against heroes, I think it'd be okay.
Anti-meta too, they don't run too much with
That's true, they're all like 19 beaters, usually. But when it's selected as an attack target, you can discard one card, and it can't be destroyed by that battle. So I don't think it's too great. I mean, it's got 2,000 defense, which is okay. If it had maybe like 25, it'd be kind of a little bit better, I think. But I mean, the card's okay. It's not. I don't think it'll be seeing any play though. Next card, Card D. Now this is definitely the most
hyped card in this particular set.
I think the card. I mean, it is probably one of the best cards in the set. Realistically, I mean,
I don't know. The set has the entire Hieratic engine. Like,
Yeah, and they're all common and rare, so like a lot of people are gonna be trying it out, which is cool. But yeah, this is definitely one of the most popular cards in this set, so you guys should be familiar with this card. But it will be seeing a lot of play. I guarantee a lot of people will be splashing this in different decks.
I won't. I don't like this card at all.
But I feel like it is a good card in like anti-meta because like drawing that extra card, extra like D-Prison, early on in the game does help out quite a bit. And yeah, I mean that's really about it. I think anti-meta is like a great way to use this card because if you're playing something meta, you're gonna like spam special summons like crazy and like essentially you leave your monster field open. That's the problem with this. I mean, if you summon it, you have no monsters, but you'll have so much back row.
It's just not a good card to top deck a lot of the time.
That is true. But the thing is, with everyone like maining bottomless, I mean,
I guess. I mean,
it will help. I mean, draw into the bottomless.
The problem is obviously if it gets Veilored too, because
yeah,
it has to be normal summon, and you can only use its effect during the main phase 1 of the turn it was normal summoned.
Yeah. So I mean that could kind of hurt it. Plus this machine, if this was like dark, it'd be a lot better. But it can't be special summoned, so like unfortunately you can't get it out with Junk Synchron even just to like use it with Junk Synchron, not to like tribute itself, but just to get it back.
It'd be really good with Call if it could be.
Yeah, it'd be too good.
Like,
but maybe like it wouldn't get effect. Maybe it would get banished. I don't know. But either way,
granted, they banned what is it, Disc Commander? So
yeah.
If this thing could get its effect with Call, like they'd probably ban it too.
Yeah. But next card, Overlay Eater. That's a pretty interesting card. You can banish the card from your graveyard to take one XYZ material from a monster your opponent controls and attach it to an XYZ monster that you control.
Now I was saying the only really good use for this is if your opponent has a Zen mains, you also go for a Zen mains. Like taking material and attaching it to a Zen mains, that's just too good.
Yeah.
Like Zen mains with extra material is just stupid.
Yeah, but the thing is, at that point they'd probably go for like Brio. They probably wouldn't just.
No one's even running Synchros anymore. There's a lot of decks where they're just not running any Synchro monsters.
Like they'll run Stardust and that's about it.
Like they have no really good options. I mean, I guess they can have BLS. That's their choice.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some situations where I could see it being okay. Like depending on what your opponent has. Like if they have Utopia or something, and you go for. It's cool. You go for a Leviathan Dragon. You can make its attack 3,000 and still be able to attack directly.
It's not so bad. I feel like the problem is if you could discard it from your hand, it would be a little bit better.
If it was a hand trap, that'd be amazing.
It would help a lot because it also is a light instead of banishing. Because when it has to be in the graveyard. It's not like you want to go Foolish Burial to activate it. I don't feel like it's not as good. That way, I feel like if it was just a hand trap, this card maybe would see some more play. But who knows? Maybe
in Light Sworns because they can go Lumina for Lumina and then make Zen mains.
So that's not so bad. Next up, Hammer Shark.
No, Konami has this one wrong. That is clearly a hammerhead shark. Like
literally is a hammer.
Like I don't understand how you could get that wrong. Like, do you not have eyes? That is a hammerhead
I think
shark.
this card actually has 4 eyes. Like, check, maybe they're right there. I don't know if it's.
No. Don't you know fish sometimes have like fake eyes to try and confuse predators?
They're playing mind
This
games.
one has fake eyes and also a hammer for a face to try and dissuade predators.
So this card's effect is once per turn during your main phase, you can decrease this card's level by 1 and special summon 1 level 3 or lower water monster from your hand. So, I mean, it could be good. If it was a water monster from your deck, I think this card would be a lot better. I'm not sure if that would put it on par with being broken, but I mean, look at Tour Guide. That card's amazing.
Well, I mean, it would be the same thing as Tour Guide at that point. It's a level 3 with a level 3.
And you can special summon 1 level 3. Like,
and you can do it for a lot more targets than Tour Guide could.
But I think this card's okay. I mean, Surfacing was a really popular card, but it never really got to see like it didn't really help Water to the point where it became like meta or like a tier, I'd say.
You know what's funny? Water has a lot of support, but it just never became good.
No, it just unfortunately just didn't have. Maybe people aren't playing it, but maybe I mean they're getting more and more support. So eventually, someone will make something that'll be pretty unique and cool. But that's it for Hammer Shark. Hammer Bounzor. Now this card is like so great against anti-meta. So what it is if your opponent controls a card and you control no cards, you can normal summon it without tributing. If this card attacks an opponent's monster, as long as you control no spell or trap cards, your opponent cannot activate any spell or trap cards until the end of damage step. So realistically, against like Glads or anti-meta, this card is pretty darn good. But Cyber Dragon kind of is overall more solid.
The big difference there only between Cyber Dragon. This is obviously, if you're playing against Glads, this is clearly better because they can't activate any of that back row.
Yeah.
And obviously, if your opponent has Thunder King, you know, special summon versus normal summon, they can't tribute Thunder King on against this one.
Yeah, just normal.
That's kind of its only benefits over Cyber Dragon. I guess it also has 2,000 defense if you want to normal summon it in face down defense position.
That's not bad. I mean, it is.
I mean, no one would even see that coming too. It's like, it's cool. I set one card. It's like attack. Oh, what the heck is this? It's got 2,300 attack and 2,000 defense. Who would do this?
Yeah, but I think the effect is okay.
It's not bad.
I don't know if people would actually side this against anti-meta. But, I mean, maybe. I mean, it is a pretty decent card. But I feel like Cyber Dragon's just better, and more people have...
Well, Cyber Dragon's a better overall card.
Because it's also light.
Not having to waste that normal summon as well.
Yeah. Alright, so Hammer Brown's a pretty decent card. Next up, Blade Bounzor. So, once per turn at the end of damage step, if this card attacked and your opponent controls a monster, you can discard one card. This card can attack once again. And we were talking about this card. I don't think it's a cost.
I actually know... I take it back what I said earlier when we were talking about this. I think it might be a cost because the new text, the way it's made, I believe the semicolon right there after you can discard one card is what means that's a cost. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to go look it up again.
But usually when it's cost, they'll say like you can discard one card to do something. When this says
I know, but they changed all the card text.
If this card actually gets its effect, you know, and it's not a cost, it might be okay in Dark Worlds, realistically.
Because Dark Worlds don't have a good normal summon. Their normal summon is used to get back Grapha.
But if you already have Grapha, you might already be in such an advantage anyways.
I know.
On top of this, you can't really use Drag Down as well. I mean, you can still use Drag Down, but it just won't be as great.
It's not a Fiend either, so
yeah,
you know, in the graveyard.
If it was like 19 maybe, and it was 19 Fiend, plus like had Dark World in its name, it would be good. And
Dark World Blade Bouncer. And it also gets an effect when it's discarded. So if this was a Dark World card, it would be great in Dark Worlds.
Yeah, so, yeah. Unfortunately, it's not a Dark World, so not good. Photon Bounzor now. If this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can add 2 Bounzor cards from your deck to your hand. So, but the problem
really
is
good effect,
6.
But he's a level 6, yeah.
So maybe if you want to Call the Haunted it.
That's kind of the only thing. Like, obviously, if you chain Call of the Haunted to an MST, because he still gets his effect, even if like he doesn't have to be destroyed by battle or anything. If he's destroyed by that Call of the Haunted effect, he can still add those 2 Bounzers. The problem is actually getting him in the grave because he's a level 6.
Yeah, but he has okay attack. It's not like he's terrible, but he's just basically like a 2400. I mean, someone might try to attack this card. I don't know though. Except card Morpho Butter Spy. So
Morpho Butterfree.
Butterfree. I mean, look at those blades on it. Anyways, so its effect is once per turn when the battle position of an opponent's monster is changed, except during the damage step. I don't think you can change during the damage step unless it like changes the attack. Because I know during the damage step you can only activate cards that change the.
There's probably a card out there that's like increase this monster's defense by 500 and turn it to defense.
Yeah,
something like that. That's a quick play spell.
You can target one of those monsters and it loses 1,000 attack and defense. So there's a trap card that's a butterfly support card in it. When your opponent declares attack, you can move it to defense position. So it might be okay in that, but it's got too low of an attack to really make the card viable.
This is the big thing with the butterfly cards. It's all about like changing attack or changing opponents' monsters' battle positions. But like as far as I can tell, all the support's not that great, and the cards themselves just aren't strong enough. Like I don't even know if you could tech this into anything where it would work. Like I don't.
Yeah. But what's funny is it's a warrior. I thought like you'd expect this card to be an insect, but yeah, it's a warrior. I mean, you could roto for that. But
it's cool. What are all insectors?
They're insects.
Yeah, exactly.
No, some of the insectors should be like wing beasts, so you can run Icarus attack.
I know. They need to be better.
But they actually have an Icarus attack. It's actually, I believe it's a spell card. But anyways, next up are Swallowtail Butter Spy. So when another monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent, target one face-up monster your opponent controls, it loses attack equal to the battle damage inflicted. So
the problem is there's just not a.
There's not.
Well, no, actually. The problem is it doesn't have to be another the thing is it doesn't have to be another butterfly monster. It's any monster. So I guess that's not too bad.
I mean, I guess if you have a big monster and then you summon this and you attack over their monster.
You attack over something small and then their other card loses all of its attack and then you can attack over it with this. It's not too bad, I guess.
I don't think it's viable.
It's just not that good.
Yeah. Moonlit Papillion. So when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon. I wish it was mandatory. Otherwise, it misses the timing on a lot of stuff. You can summon 1 level 4 or lower Butter Spy. So I mean, I guess there's a kind of a butterfly type archetype.
Its effects is not that good.
I know, but like this card is light.
I know, but any effect that misses the timing,
Yeah,
it's like it's not even worth it anymore.
But the thing is, I mean, most of the butterflies are dark. This is light. You can run Chaos Butterflies. I actually want to make that now. That sounds awesome.
I'm not doing it. I refuse.
Chaos Butterfree. I'm going to make that, guys. Jumbo Drill. No, what this card does, when it's normal summon, you can increase the level of all face-up machine-type monsters you currently control by 1. And Pinkreaper1 was talking about this. This would be good in Ultimate Offering Gadgets, and I think I agree with that.
You know, just having a field of level 5s that you can XYZ with.
And now that Tyrus and Adrius all got reprinted in the Epic Dawn, which is coming out relatively soon. It'd be good for that.
There's a rank 5. I can't remember what it's called, but it's got like 3,200 attack.
It's not bad.
It just requires 2 level 5s, I believe, as well.
Yeah, because with Ultimate Offering Gadgets, like if you don't OTK them, at least now you'd have Tyrus on the field, Tyrus and Adrius, and you can go pop and you do a lot more stuff. I feel like. I mean, this card does also do piercing damage, but it does go to defense at the end of damage stuff. But I mean. I don't think
the real point of this card is obviously just to increase the levels.
Yeah,
it's not actually to attack with.
Yeah, it's to help Exceeds be just a little bit better. Definitely Ultimate Offering Gadgets could run this card. Next card, Rocket Arrow Express. Now this text is really small. I'm not sure if you guys can read it, so I'm going to scroll down so you guys can check it out. So basically, you have to have 0 cards on the field, and you special summon it, and it can't attack the turn it's special summoned. Basically at each one of your standby phases, you destroy this card unless you send all cards from your hand to the graveyard, and you can't activate any effects or set any cards. So basically, this card is the only card that's going to be on the field.
You got to be sitting on this one 5,000 attack monster. I just honestly don't think this card is good. There's not any real decks where this card will be enough, honestly, because every deck runs something that can just like destroy it.
Yeah, and it also has 0 defense.
I mean, the only thing I can see this really working against would be like dragons, because dragons don't run too many effects that allow them to just get over monsters.
Yeah.
And honestly, I've summoned a Blue Eyes against a dragon deck, and it just had to sit there because it couldn't get over my Blue Eyes. So 5,000 would be the same thing, but it doesn't feel like that's worth it. I can't really see this card seeing any play.
Maybe if your opponent had Skill Drain out and you summoned it and you can attack over for a game, I don't know. It would be realistically. I mean, no one would see that coming. I mean, if you're playing like TG Stun and I go summon this 5k beater when Skill Drain's on the field.
There is one thing though, because this card doesn't stop you from summoning.
Yeah, that's true. So against a Skill Drain deck, this card might actually see some play.
There's a card. I can't remember what the card is. It's tribute a monster. This monster's attack becomes the attack of whatever you tributed. Since this is a special summon, you tribute that, then you've just got a 5,000 beater at that point.
Not bad. It's just interesting. Maybe someone will find out how to make this card broken. But I mean, it does have some potential. Next up, Camera Clops. And so at the start of damage step, this card attacks a face-up monster on the field whose defense is higher than this card's attack. Destroy that monster. I don't think the card's too great. It's got too low of attack. If it had 2,000 attack, it'd be like okay.
You keep saying that. If this normal summonable monster had 2,700 attack, clearly it would be a very good card.
1,900, at least 18. At least 18. Come on.
The amount of attack it has doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's the actual effect, and this effect just isn't that good.
Yeah.
There's no card that you're going to need to worry about running over in defense mode, except for Zen mains, in which case that's not going to be enough.
Yeah, but I like how it's just a camera for a face. I mean, it's Camera Clops.
It's Camera Clops.
Yeah, I mean, you could roto for it, so maybe someone will figure out how to make that card a little bit better. But I doubt it.
We're getting into the Hieratic Dragons. Now, this is one. This is an archetype I know a little bit better than As an Ice White Dragon.
Yeah.
This is Hieratic Dragon of Nuit. This is, in my opinion, outside of the level 8 normal monster, this is probably the worst Hieratic Dragon. Its effect is once per turn during either player's turn, when this card is targeted by a spell, trap, or card effect, you can special summon, or no, it's actually mandatory. Special summon one dragon normal type monster from your hand deck or graveyard and make its attack and defense 0. The reason I say this is the worst of the Hieratic Dragons is it's only got 1,700 attack, which means it's not really a good use of a normal summon.
Also has no effect.
Yeah, it has no effect when it's actually tributed itself. And if you're using spell or traps that allow you to, because if you're using a spell or trap in a Hieratic deck that targets, it's going to be something that tributes. In which case, all of the other Hieratic Dragons would be better because they get effects to special summon when they're tributed. I don't really see it.
Yeah. I mean, if you need a normal summon to Hieratic, maybe. I mean, it is a Hieratic gets the name. It is a dragon. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know Hieratics too well, but I didn't see this card see any play in most decks that I played against that were running Hieratics. And then the last card.
Yeah, this is the Hieratic.
Gebeb. This one's a way better.
This is the if you're gonna run a level 4 normal summonable monster, this is the one you're gonna run. 1800 attack. When it destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, again mandatory. Special summon one dragon type normal monster from your hand deck or graveyard, and make its attack 0/0. And then when this card is tributed, you special summon one Hieratic normal monster from your hand deck or graveyard. Now, there's two things about this. First, the only Hieratic normal monster, like I said, was that level 8/0/0 Mark of the Sun, I believe its name is. But if they ever make any more Hieratic normal monsters, I should point out, its effect to special summon when it's tributed doesn't say make that card's attack and defense 0/0.
Yeah.
So if they do ever make a Hieratic normal monster with actual attack and defense, this could be an amazing card.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. You could and it doesn't say you have to special summon in defense. You can just be like, oh, let me get another 2500 beater out there. That'd be amazing.
But like I said, if you're going to be running a normal summonable monster, this will be it. Because obviously it has two effects to special summon, and attack, destroy something, special summon the level 8, tribute this, special summon another level 8 overlay, make thunder and dragon. But it's not the. There's better Hieratic dragons, but it's not a bad one by any means. So.
All right. Well, I think this card would be great with Honest as well because it is a light target. But anyways, we're gonna cut this one off because there's so many cards to go through, and I'm sure you guys don't want to watch like a 4-hour video, and all in one sitting. But if you did, high five for you. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Agent Eyes White Dragon Pinkreaper signing out.